Oh, boys.
Let's see if we are live. Okay, we are live, boys and girls
Hello.
and non-binaries. You are all welcome in the stream. All right. We'll say anything. Oh, I'm still sharing my screen on Skype. I don't need to do that. So, Carter, why don't you kind of open us up here? Sorry, I'm like handling all the tech stuff in the background, so it's hard for me to kind of start the conversation. So I'm gonna let Carter take over that.
Well, hi. My name is Carter Owen. I'm 18 years old. Wow, that's crazy. I'm 18 years old. Wow. My name is
My bad.
I don't know. I like some things, I guess. I have some interests, and this is a live stream about one of my interests, which happens to be
the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
The Marvel Cinematic Universe.
While I play the currently hated Marvel's Avengers game, that is... Okay, so it's hated by some for being too much like the MCU, and hated by others for not being like the MCU enough. And... I don't know, I'm kind of in the middle of that. Because I think there's some stuff that, like, is cool because it's not based off of the MCU, but then there's stuff in there that also sucks because it's just directly ripped from the MCU, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, we are testing out more of this Kate Bishop DLC. I have upgraded her since last time, so I'm not hopefully going to be as trash, but I'm still kind of trash. We're just kind of here more for the commentary.
I'm actually, like, surprised that, like, Kate Bishop is like really cool. Like she's like
she's pretty cool in this, dude.
She looks like a baller freaking cool. I mean, I haven't played it. Yeah, but I don't have.
Are you gonna get it at some point? Yeah, you gotta get it, man. Like I know a lot of people hate it, but I'm still kind of on like the give it a chance bandwagon. Or I guess it's not a bandwagon at this point, but the minority. You can see my team here. You got Thor, Kate Bishop. Classic Iron Man and Black Widow. I do kind of like the Ultimate Alliance vibe of that with like the 14 members.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I don't know if we've discussed this before, Carter, but Ultimate Alliance is the best Marvel game of all time, bar none, hands down, objectively.
It is.
What the hell?
It really is. No, like I don't know why no one does Galactus.
Yeah, dude, and like they were teasing him at the end of that game, and then they just like canceled it. But they do kind of imply in Ultimate Alliance 2 that it happens, like, in between games. Because if you talk to Thor in Ultimate Alliance 2, he says something like, "Oh, I remember the Battle of Galactus."
But, I mean, they fight him, though, in the game.
Yeah, they do fight him. Remember they teased at the end that he was coming back for revenge?
I think so, yeah. I think so. But, they, yeah, and that, oh, dude, you know what? And that suit was really cool, too.
Yeah, dude. It was a decent design.
What?
It was a decent design, because it's hard to make that whole thing look intimidating, you know? Because it's,
right.
It's goofy.
Galactus, Galactus is, so, as cool as Galactus is,
dude's badass.
Galactus looks retarded, okay? Galactus looks really stupid.
Yeah, he does, man.
But... they did a really good job with it. I don't think you have to make him into a gray cloud.
Well, he's technically not a cloud. He's just, like, transporting through the cloud. Because you can actually see the, like, silhouette of his helmet in the cloud.
Yeah, I remember we talked about that, yeah.
I mean, hey, I like Rise of the Silver Surfer for what it is. I know it's not a masterpiece, but I like those early Fantastic Four movies.
I think it's overhated. I think both of those movies are overhated.
Oh, absolutely, dude. Those movies, like, they're cheesy, but, like, so are all the 2000s comic book movies, dude. Even the ones that tried to be dark, they just ended up being cheesy.
It's also probably, for me, the fact that, like, Jessica Alba and Chris Evans, like, make, like, a really good sibling dynamic. And, like, Chris Evans just makes an awesome Johnny Storm, dude. Like...
yeah, dude. I like him better as Johnny Storm than as Captain America, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. Yeah, he did a really... I would prefer to see Chris Evans as Johnny Storm.
Yeah,
Chris Evans, just himself, I feel like, is more like Johnny Storm than Captain America.
Yeah, to a certain extent.
he's like funny in real life. He's like a lot funnier than like, not that Captain America isn't funny. That's not like Captain America jokes around and shit. Like people that think that he's just like always the straight man.
Yeah, like always stoic and shit.
Yeah, he's just like, we shall never turn our backs on crime.
You must chin up, face
like,
with your adversaries.
Yeah, he's a jokey guy. That's America's ass. That's more like it. But yeah, no, I think. Also, you know what? I also want to talk about this on a live stream, like, because I feel like, Tom Holland, Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans as like Captain America, all those people playing these superheroes that people, really, really like him as, and that's good. But like, I've never been a big fan of like holding one actor to a specific role and saying that like they're the only people that can play that role.
Yeah, exactly.
Like Robert Downey Jr. is awesome in Iron Man. Like he really is. Like I think he is awesome. I think he does a really, really good job. But like to say that like he is the only one that can play Iron Man is that's going to be a problem in the future, because then it's just, you're never going to have anyone be able to play the character again. Like,
agreed, but Tom Cruise is a horrible choice.
Tom Cruise would not make a good Iron Man.
Dude, he would be a corny ass Iron Man.
Yeah.
Like, have you seen him in The Last Samurai, dude? Like, in every movie Tom Cruise is in, he acts like he's this like badass tough guy, but he's just not.
Yeah, he would not make a good. Honestly, it would not fit in the MCU world at all.
Oh no, not at all.
Tom Cruise needs to stay in like the corny thing he's already in. MCU isn't like, obviously like MCU is corny, but like honestly they're not at all. Like that's part of, I feel like that's part of the thing that I could honestly use a little more corniness from the MCU, because like they used to have like a little bit more. Right now, I feel like they're just trying to like fight against. I feel like MCU has this thing where they try to fight against the stereotypes. You know what I mean?
No, I completely disagree. What the hell are you talking about?
Like trying to like not be corny. Because like there's good corny. There's Joss Whedon corny.
Oh, that kind of corniness they've definitely strayed away from. They're
right.
They're leaning way more into like Taika Waititi, like
right.
slapstick kind of like just silly.
Like they're trying to break apart the stereotypes of superhero movies. Where like,
well, I don't know, because like they still use like just very generic like paint by numbers stereotypical superhero plots. So how is that breaking away from stereotypes?
Well, I'm just saying like little things like, well, and so you still have the shirtless thing, but now we have comedy in it. And you have like Thor's bad and like playing Fortnite, or like, I don't know, just there's like a bunch of little things, but then like overall I feel like the plot would be a little bit, it would not be, it's no point.
Like the thing is, if we take Ragnarok for example, Hank and I were talking
I'm saying
about that
good
earlier.
corny, by the way, like Joss Whedon corny.
Yeah, no, I really like Joss Whedon's jokes in the first two Avengers movies, but when it comes down to like, the whole humor thing in the MCU, I don't like how corny and just like silly they've gotten, and like everything just feels so goofy these days. Like it's hard to take any of it seriously when it's like they set everything up as like these world-ending like doomsday scenarios, but then like the characters don't take it the least bit seriously, and there's no consequences at the end of the day.
Right.
So like it's hard to get invested in these movies when you know that's the case.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like by corny I mean like they're making fun of, like, so like corny.
No, I get what you mean. Like
they're all taking it seriously.
No, I get what you mean, because like typically superhero movies like took themselves too seriously.
Right.
And so they're trying to say like, look, we're not trying to do that. We're not trying to be The Dark Knight. We're not trying to be any of these other movies, because sometimes that comes across as silly. Like the Ben Affleck Daredevil movie. Like that movie, like tries to be dark, and it definitely has some like pretty dark moments, but it comes off as corny for the most part.
Right.
Because it tries too hard to be dark, like, I am justice.
Right.
Like, it's cringy at times. Like, even though I love that movie. Like, I unironically love that movie. Like, Kevin Smith is in that movie. Michael Clark Duncan as Kingpin is just an awesome portrayal of the character. Like, it's awesome reimagining. I don't think Ben Affleck was that bad as Daredevil. I don't know. It's a decent movie.
Ben Affleck was not that bad as Daredevil.
No, it's a you know, compared to some of the superhero movies that are out there, like, I'd say it's at least watchable.
Cosmic Variety. Do you ever watch Cosmic Variety?
Not a fan.
Not Cosmic Variety. Cosmic Variety. Not him though. Oh wait, it was him. He did the. Do you know who I'm talking about? Though?
Yeah, the guy who did the like Raimi and TASM like retrospective.
Yeah. He sucks MCU stick and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't not like him, but I also don't like him. I don't know. It's funny. But he made a video where he was reviewing some of the like worst superhero movies, and he did Daredevil, and he actually he said that was like his favorite.
Yeah, like, it's actually not that bad, dude. Like, I don't know why he gets so much hate.
I don't know. He said that he actually didn't think it was like that bad at all. He gave it like a really, really good review, and then he watched Catwoman right after.
Oh, that movie sucks.
That movie is that movie is so good. That is like one of my favorite movies. That is such.
Dude, we gotta watch those movies back to back now. When you come down.
For real, dude. Catwoman, I'm always down to watch Catwoman.
Because, guys, like, this stuff, like, these live streams, like, they're coming to you, like, over Skype and stuff right now because of the pandemic, but we are, like, we're planning, like, we're quarantining right now, and we are planning to do some, like, live meetups and stuff with Hank and Carter, and we're gonna get, like, a full-blown, like, daily stream setup going. Like, it's gonna be pretty cool, guys. Like,
and then eventually, once I get my PC, then... That's not going to come into play, so never mind.
No, I feel like it will, because you can do solo streams and stuff.
Hey, that's true, yeah. Because like right now, I couldn't handle to do my own streams with this.
With this current setup.
Yeah, it's freaking setup. It's a stupid MacBook from like 2013.
Nah, dude, MacBooks for life.
Well, from 2013 doesn't work.
Yeah, that's true.
Because, like, the ones that are old, that's the problem with Apple. Is like, it's too old and it just isn't going to work.
Yeah, that is sort of a problem with Apple products.
If it's new, it's awesome.
Yeah, Apple products, they don't age too well, do they?
No, they don't. Because they're built like that. It's purposely, it's their way of making money.
See, honestly, I kind of feel like that's why Android phones, in most cases, tend to like outdo Apple in that particular aspect. Because, like, what was the phone I had before this? This is the Note, the Note 8 or the Note 9, I think. And the one I had before that was the Note 5. And so, honestly, I figured, like, I figured I needed to upgrade because they weren't going to be doing anything to the old ones anymore like they did with Apple, because I had switched over. And, like, when I saw my friend had bought the old phone that I had as a new one, it had a completely different, like, interface to it. Like, it constantly, like, got new updates and new features and shit. And I was like, wow, like, they're still, like, breathing life into these old devices. Like, Apple needs to really take notes from that.
Yeah, for real. They have very universal softwares and all that stuff. And, like, and the hardware doesn't, like... Because the thing is that Apple will stop updating their software.
Yeah. Or they'll put out an update that, like, makes it so that, like, the device, like, stops working as well, so you have to get the new one.
Yeah, exactly. And that's, like... And why would Apple stop? Because Apple fanboys are, like, super, super stupid, and they just keep buying it. Like, there's no reason to stop. It's just a sad thing. It's just not going to stop.
At least in terms of their phones and their, like, iPads and stuff. Although I do like their computers.
Yeah, me too. I'm talking, like, shit on this Mac specifically, because first of all, this Mac specifically, not even just this Mac, in the series, like, this specific Mac from the church is really, really freaking ruined. I mean, it has coffee that they built on it or something. They built some shit on it. And, like, it just doesn't work. And it's old.
Yeah, and so, like, it's really not, it doesn't really serve much use for the current purpose that we're trying to do.
Yeah. And also, I honestly would just get, like, a new Mac like you're going to, but I can't, because if it was gonna last me a long time, then yeah, I would. But that's the problem is that eventually it's gonna just wear down, and then it's just gonna get slower and then slower. And I've seen it happen with people. Like my uncle right now has just this really slow, big Mac. Just one of the the ones where it's just a monitor. Like,
Yeah.
there's a monitor. He has one of those.
That's what I'm streaming on right now.
Oh yeah. And they get like kind of slow, don't they?
It depends. I mean, if you do like regular maintenance on them, they're not too bad. But I mean, all devices kind of do.
But his is just like he just wants a new he just wants a new computer now because it's like annoying. But when he first got it, it was like that was like really good computer. But he also might not be doing regular maintenance on it, and it could be from a earlier. Like, what year is yours from? Hello?
It is from 2015.
Oh. Yeah, his was from 2014, I think. So it's actually not that different. He could, yeah, it could be like he could just not be doing like maintenance on it or something.
So back to the topic of the MCU. Why don't you discuss some of the MCU films that you like and some of the ones you dislike, and like get into some of the reasons, like why specifics.
So I would say my favorite MCU film is probably either Guardians 1 or Thor Ragnarok. But the thing about Thor Ragnarok is that even though it's my probably my favorite MCU, and Infinity War, even though Ragnarok is on that list, there are so many things that I would have done differently as well, which Brandon already knows all about. He already knows what I'm gonna say. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff I would do differently with Thor Ragnarok. But I think that type of stuff was like the stuff that this weird, wacky, just like, just weird things that I never thought that I would see on screen with like superhero movies. I really like that MCU is doing something that just I don't know. It seemed like a super comic booky freaking movie, and the Thor Ragnarok Thor was like, for me personally, since like I know like there are like people that like the super serious like comic book Thor. Me personally, I've never been a big Thor head. I know Brandon like loves Thor. He goes crazy for him. But he has a big crush on Thor. But I've never been super big into Thor. So it was nice to have that different like approach on it, because that one just doesn't work. That type of character is not. I'm not a super angsty guy. I would prefer like a more lighthearted story. But at the same time, dude, Helena.
You've been listening to too much My Chemical Romance, my guy.
At the same time, that whole Asgard plot did not need to happen.
Oh, absolutely. I think you and I agreed that that should have been cut out.
Thor Ragnarok would have been perfect if it was just them trying to escape the planet. Now I know, like, some people like Brandon and
real quick, I'm gonna suggest, because I'm gonna play this last match here as Kate Bishop, and then I'm gonna switch to Thor, because then we'll watch the Loki trailer after that. I feel like that'll be a better transition.
Okay, yeah.
So we'll kind of like pause the Thor discussion for a while, because we could talk endlessly about that.
True.
And for now, I say we can I guess we'll focus the discussion on a few of the other like upcoming MCU shows that are coming out. Well, first we'll kind of finish some of the other MCU movies that you like and dislike.
Yeah.
And then you can kind of like weave it into the next topic.
Well, so you want me to do that right now?
Yeah. And then I'll kind of come in now.
And get back to the Thor discussion later?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the other one I was going to say is Guardians, because Guardians 1. And that's the same, basically the same reason, because I love it when the MCU does this. I love weird, wacky stuff. I love weird things and like stuff that I never thought would work. James Gunn, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that I like James Gunn as a person, because to be quite frank, there's a lot of directors out there that I don't even know. I have no idea who they are as a person, right?
At this point, like, it's just safe to assume that all celebrities have skeletons in their closet.
Yeah. I have no idea who any celebrity is as a person. It's not my job itself. But as a director, most of James Gunn's work I really, really like. And it's really weird, really, really just absurd things that I never would think I'd see on film. And it works. Guardians works. It's a very, very weird film. It's like just this weird family that's always fighting, and it has some heartfelt moments.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, the first Guardians movie's awesome, dude.
Yeah. Guardians 1 and Guardians 2 is good too. Like, I know, like, Guardians 2 got, like, a little bit of hate. I really just think...
Yeah, very underrated movie, dude. Like, it doesn't deserve the hate it gets.
Yeah, I just think it was, like, people, like, said it was mediocre, really. I don't think people, like, disliked it. I think there was very few people that, like...
You know, and I don't know if you and I like the same thing, but one of the things I kind of liked about it was that, like, it took something that's, like, typically a comedic premise, and it kind of did the inverse of what the MCU usually does, which is, like, take something super serious and make it comedic. This time it took something super comedic, kept it comedic, but actually, like, kind of made it dark in a lot of senses. It feels a lot darker than the first one.
I think so, too. I really liked that might be one of my favorite villains of the MCU.
Ego the Living Planet? Like, yeah, dude, Kurt Russell's an amazing actor.
Like, yeah, he did a good job acting it. It was really, really well done. I mean, it was really good, and the way that movie ended was sad. It ended on a sad note.
Dude, I legitimately, like, I don't cry for movies, and, like, I actually cried at the end of Guardians too. So, like,
yeah, man.
The fact that it made a cynical, like, you know, hateful dude like me, who, like, basically hates every movie that people love, like, it made me cry. Like, yeah. That's a powerful movie right there.
Now, and James Gunn has made me cry 2 times. He's made me cry 2 times in his, like, what, like, 4 movies that he's made. What? No, he's made more than 4 movies, but 4, like, big movies.
Yeah, way more than 4 movies, then.
4, like, big, like, Hollywood movies.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, there's probably more in there that I'm not thinking of. But, oh yeah, there totally is. I'm totally wrong. But, dude, Super, which, Brandon, we also have to watch Super when we go down there.
Oh yeah, for sure, man.
Super is amazing. That's a good film. So, the end of Super made me cry, like, that's a really good freaking ending. And then also, you have Guardians 2. And, yeah, Guardians 2, I much prefer that to the dance-off, like... You know,
yeah, that was whack.
Which is, you know, it's not fine. I usually say it's fine, but it's not fine because...
See, like, my biggest problem... I'm sorry to cut you off. Like,
no,
but, you know, Spider-Man 3 gets, like, a lot of hate for that, like, dance number that it has. When it's, like, it's at least, like, kind of... It fits with the plot because, you know, Dr. Connors even tells him, like, in the scene before that the suit's gonna, like, enhance its, like, characteristics. And Peter's a goofball, so he'd be, like, dancing like one. So, like, I don't understand why that scene got so much hate, but then, like, I don't know, the Guardians 1 scene, like, is praised.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the hypocrisy of the MCU only stands.
Now, like, me personally, like, I feel like if it wasn't Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, then it would have, like, worked a lot better. Like, if it was, like, a more... Because Tobey Maguire isn't, like, you know, as sarcastic as somebody. He's not fun. No. It's not like he's serious or anything like that. I think he's more, like, just of a, like, good-hearted person more than anything.
Yeah.
less than like a funny guy. Which, I feel like there's like a bunch of different ways to do stuff. There's that way which like really works, and then there's like I would say like Nick Spencer is a pretty good mix of both. Like just that like classic, goofy, but he's also like has a good heart, and he's not like he's not like trying to like put anyone. I don't know. He's always just good old fashioned Peter. And then there's like there's the more cocky, more angry one. Ultimate Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Just a short, angry dude. That's basically what he is through the entire comics. He's just angry at every other superhero.
Yeah, you kind of bring up a good point. Like, he really is kind of getting bogged down by all this, like,
Right.
MCU and, like, multiverse kind of stuff.
I think I talked your head off about that last time.
Yeah, dude.
But, yeah, it is a really good point. Like, because the thing is, I was thinking about it, and, like, what's my favorite version of Teenage Spider-Man? Oh, okay, Ultimate Spider-Man. Most people, I feel like, would agree. Do you think, like,
Yeah.
most people really like those comics? And, like, I think the reason why is because Ultimate Spider-Man is such like a different take on Spider-Man, but it works. Like he is really different. His character is a lot different than the good old fashioned Petey that we know from 616 comics. Like he's a lot more he's a lot more like stressed. He's a lot more stressed. He's a lot more like overthinker. He's like he lashes out in anger. A lot of times when he's like making jokes, it's like it's less of him like being an optimist, and it's more of him like making fun of someone or like being angry about it. And, like he's never really getting along with superheroes. I don't know why like Tom Holland Spider-Man was like super excited to be meeting with heroes that were
that
fighting
was
with each
annoying.
other
He's
and
just like
having
a
war.
fanboy the whole time. Like, like to give the game that I'm playing right now points, at least with like the way they handled Ms. Marvel, and how they had her like as like a fan of the Avengers. They had it like, because this is a new version of the Avengers, even though it's clearly based on the MCU. You do get to meet this version of the Avengers through her.
Yeah.
And I think that is pretty cool.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
If you are you watching the stream right now?
Yeah.
Of these Thor costumes, which one do you think I should pick?
Scroll through them. It'll take me a while to see it, because it's delayed.
Here, I'll just kind of like go over all the ones I have. I kind of like this one.
Ooh, the one with the wings looks really cool.
Yeah, here's one where he has like more of like a white color scheme. I like this one, like the blue and gold, but it's like the
King Thor looks kind of dope.
Which King Thor?
Or Frostwalker, I meant.
Yeah, dude, that one's pretty cool. And then this one I love because it's just like a rendition of the classic one.
Ooh, that one.
I should do that one?
That one.
Alright, I'll show you some of the other ones too. This one I don't like because it's just like a purple version of the other one. It's like so pointless. This one was cool. This was like one of the ones you have to buy in the marketplace. Dude, I can't wait for them to re-release the Unworthy Thor skin. Dude, that one's awesome. This is the like Stark Tech. Each character gets like a Stark Tech suit.
Whenever you're talking about the suit, I'm seeing the previous one, and it's really funny. You were like, "This one is just pointless. It's purple," and you were showing the cool one, and then you were like, "Yeah, and this one's a really cool one," and then you were showing the purple one.
This one is another one you get from the marketplace. This is Battle Guard. It's
okay, so that's
I don't know. It's okay. Wait, is this one that you get?
So the next one will be that one. Cool.
This one, Metalhead. This one is kind of cool. I like that he has the reference to his two goats on his T-shirt. Like that was a pretty cool like homage that the developers put in there.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
This one's called the Gearhead. This is where he works at Sparky's Power and Light. It makes sense. Makes sense that that's where Thor would get a job at. I mean, these two are kind of like basic. They're just Thor in civilian clothes. And then this one is Samaritan, where he's the whole like hi, my name is Donald Blake tag. So another reference to the comics, which I of course love as a fan of the comics.
Who's Donald Blake?
The alias that Thor used back in the day. Remember when he got separated from his hammer for too long? Like he would turn into a mortal. Like back in the old comics.
Yeah.
This is just the default one. I don't know, like I was talking to Carter about it. For some reason, like I have such an obsession with alternate skins in video games that like I will never really play as the like default skin unless it's another game. Like in Injustice, I play the Arkham City skin all the time, but in Arkham City, I never use that skin. I don't know why. Just like I have an aversion to the default skins.
Dude, Brandon.
This one's cool.
Brandon is dude. There's so many things you can spend your money on.
Dude, my dumbass put $20 into this game today. Like
what? That was $20?
No, I did. I put $20 in to get some credits so that I can unlock this this thing for Hawkeye, this like Hawkeye Battle Pass or whatever for Kate Bishop, and to get some extra credits to buy some skins and stuff. Which is it's only enough to buy like 1 or 2 skins if I get them on like a sale.
I don't think I even would put like I don't think I could even like get myself to put 50
honestly
cents.
like because the game's not really popular, so like they keep doing more sales, which I think they should do because their stuff is way overpriced. Like one skin is like $20,
like
dude.
You buy them.
Dude, one skin is like $20. Like no one's paying for that.
You are.
Don't remind me.
You are.
What do you think of this one that I have on the screen? This kind of reminds me of like an MCU Thor.
Yeah.
Because he kind of has that like, you know, Age of Ultron vibe, but it's kind of mixed with like Infinity War.
Dude, that actually looks like really cool. It's like freaking, I don't know, just the black and red just worked really well.
Yeah. This one is called Ingot. This is basically just a darker rendition of the other one with
wait, am I looking at the
yeah, no, it's now just changing. There we go.
I don't know, I feel like you have to have some other color. You know what I mean? You have to have like some you have to have red in there.
This one I kind of like. This comes in the deluxe edition exclusive, but the Obsidian skins, I like it because it's the Libertarian colors, the ANCAP colors.
Hey.
So that's
all my fellow Ron Swansons out there.
Ron Swanson.
I'm a libertarian. Means I don't like the government.
This one's pretty cool. You unlock this one in the campaign. Warcry. It's very Viking-like. And I do like when they take Thor back to his Viking roots. But all in all, it's basically just a rendition of the astonishing design with the default skin in the game.
Are the
They gotta get more like clever and creative skins in there.
Are the Thor comics going on right now bad? Didn't you think they were like bad?
No, dude. They were before. Jason Aaron's runs were pretty terrible for the most part. But dude, Donny Cates' run is awesome. I love Donny Cates' Thor. Like,
when did that start? Was that the one that I have a couple issues?
It started a while ago, but it's not too far in. I think they're on like issue like 9 or 10 right now, so it wouldn't be too hard to jump in. But like, dude, right now, like, dude, Thor's the Herald of Galactus, and he's fighting Beta Ray Bill, and he's fighting Silver Surfer. Like,
okay.
Like, I'm not gonna spoil much more for it, but dude, it's just like, I know you love cosmic Marvel stuff, dude. Like, you have to read this Donny Cates Thor, dude. It is just kick ass. Yeah. Anyone out there who loves Marvel, like Marvel comics and like cosmic stuff, and you love Thor, Donny Cates. If you love Donny Cates, especially Donny Cates' run on Venom or Guardians of the Galaxy or Absolute Carnage, any of that stuff, I'm telling you, go for this. It's worth it. Even if you're not a Thor fan, even if you just like Guardians of the Galaxy and stuff, you got to get this. Right. But then of course you'd have to read his Guardians of the Galaxy, and in order to understand that, you'd have to go back and read Wolverine's Infinity Watch, and then you have to go back and read Infinity, and unless you've read all that, it's kind of complicated.
To read the Thor ones, I do?
I mean, to some extent, because like you find out kind of like what's going on with like Beta Ray Bill and Galactus and Thor, and also like throughout Jason Aaron's run, like Thor does go through a lot of stuff to come out kind of like basically the same in the end, like the movies.
And what is like what's like Thor going through right now? Because Spider-Man's going through a shit ton of stuff.
Well, like I said, Thor is basically the Herald of Galactus, I think, currently. I mean, I'm not entirely caught up right now, so I don't know exactly what he's doing this last issue. But the last I checked, yeah, he was the Herald of Galactus. So should we go with this MCU Thor, or should we go with the comic book Thor?
Um, the black and red one is baller.
Yeah, dude, let's do like MCU inspired skins for all the characters.
That one is that one's baller.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's an MCU live stream, so.
Yeah. So check this Captain America skin out when it properly loads on the stream. Let me make sure it's live. Yeah, right there. Make sure everything is. Yeah, this Captain America right here, very MCU-esque.
Yeah. Yeah, very MCU.
So for Black Widow actually has some pretty interesting skins in this game. Let me see which one is most like the MCU.
Does he have a bikini?
Oh my god. Problematic Carter. Sexist. Dude, canceled. Hashtag Carter is over, party. You can't be spewing misogyny up here on the live stream, man. Can't be doing that. Canceled.
Does he have boobies?
This one, dude, I love this skin because it's just a classic rendition of Black Widow skin from the comics. This is a pre-order bonus, but like, dude, like these were the skins that I played through the whole game in.
Are you talking about the classic stealth?
Yeah, dude. And then like, there's some other pretty cool ones. Like this one's a pretty like cool design, and like they are kind of based off of like different like appearances in the comics and different like legacy characters in the comics.
Yeah.
So, some of them are pretty cool. Some of them are kind of hit or miss. I'm trying to see which one would be the most like the MCU. At least of the ones I have. That one's too gray. It's kind of like when Black Widow was gray in the comics. I remember that point. No, those are too gray. To be like...
I need to get up to date on comics now since I'm making money again.
I mean, even though like this is a recolor, I feel like this probably looks the most like her MCU skin because it has like the shield patches and it has all this stuff on it. Wait till it shows up on camera. The Saboteur skin. This one, yeah.
Saboteur. Yeah, that one's pretty.
I feel like that one's probably the closest. I mean, because I do have like some of these other ones, but like, you know, they're not entirely accurate. And that one, I feel like, even though it's a recolor, that is clearly the one that's supposed to be like the more accurate MCU one.
Can you make your hair red?
You have to get the recolor skin, which I think is somewhere in the marketplace. For Iron Man, which I love this skin, dude. The one that you're gonna see on the screen in a minute. It's so good. It's literally just the classic one.
Dude, I'm just spinning my head around, or my hat around.
This one, Liquid Cool. I don't know. It's just blue.
Oh, dude,
yeah, dude, the classic one is sick, right?
Oh, dude, that one.
Yeah.
I know they were saying MCU, but...
Well, I'll show you some other ones. This blue one is kind of whack, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's not actually like Iron Man. Iron Man has to have some red in him, bro.
Yeah, I mean, he's had blue before, but I don't know. That one just doesn't
really do Spider-Man just had, like, pure blue.
This one, Iron Will, I don't know. To me, it reminds me more of the Rocketeer than Iron Man.
Yeah, you know? It's too bulky.
This one, Verity, I don't know. It's okay. I don't know. I like the color scheme. I like because it's like the Silver Centaurian, but it's not. I don't know. Like the placement of it.
Ooh! That one looks fun.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
This one here, I don't know why this one's also called Stark Tech when like technically all of his suits are Stark Tech. This one's not bad. This one kind of reminds me of like the Age of Ultron suit mixed with I don't know, kind of mixed with some of the color scheme from the Mark 42 because it's basically the same suit. But it also like kind of mixes like some of the other suits together.
That one's cool looking.
This is the one that's like you kind of start off with in the game. It's like a makeshift kind of thing. Classic. stealth suit, basically. Original Sin, which is really cool, even though it's just a recolored, still cool. This one, I'm not a fan. Ion Charged, not a fan of that one. Electroplate is the original Sin one, and what is this one? Anodized is the stealth one. And then Obsidian, we have ANCAP, Libertarian, Iron Man.
Yeah, that's cool that they have Libertarian skins, dude.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically just like the Libertarian like color scheme, but you know, it's a fun
okay.
The prototype armor, which this is cool because this looks a lot like the MCU Mark II, the prototype armor, which I think that's the one that's you're gonna see on the screen. Yep, right now. Sorry, the delay, guys. Yeah, this one, the prototype armor. That looks a lot like the MCU Mark II, in my opinion. And then this one is really cool, Epiphany. This is one of my favorite skins in the game. Whenever it shows up. Midas is cool, the all gold, but I don't know, something's kind of missing.
Oh.
But I love the all gold look, and I love that it's called Midas.
That one looks really cool.
The Epiphany one, yeah.
Yeah.
And then Gunmetal, which is totally not War Machine, because War Machine is coming as a DLC, so this is totally not War Machine, even though this is basically War Machine. And then same with Void
that
Eater.
skin, but just gray.
Yeah, that one. And then Void Eater, totally not War Machine from Civil War, because War Machine is coming on a DLC, and probably gonna have a Civil War-esque skin, so this is totally not War Machine from Civil War. This is awesome. I love this right here. The Star Boost armor, you know, adapted straight from the comics. Awesome. Really sick. Color scheme. They probably could have added some more gold to it, but I ain't complaining. Star Child. This one's alright. Not too bad. I kind of like the Midas one better. Intergalactic. This one, it's kind of cool. I don't know how I feel about the kind of like it being like goldish on the bottom and then slowly turning to orange to red. I don't know how I feel about that, but you know, it's pretty cool. I've played to this that skin before. And then Atmosphere.
Kind of looks cool to me. I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But it's weird, but like.
So I guess for the MCU one, we could do the Mark II, or we could do the Stark Tech. Either one.
Which one? Which? What?
Yeah, you'll see they're about to go on.
Oh,
So
okay.
we could do the prototype armor, which is like the Mark II, or the Stark Tech armor, which is kind of like
Stark
Age of
Tech
Ultron.
would be fun.
Go Stark Tech.
Yeah, that one looks really, really cool to me.
All right, Stark Tech it is. All right, and then so since we're playing as Thor, we're gonna have we're just gonna have these three. Bam. All right. And then I'll go over the other characters' skins another time, and then we can then resume our Thor discussion.
Yeah.
All right. Let's just do one of these.
Man, me and you have already said what we're gonna say.
Mm-hmm.
That's the funny thing about it. You and me, I feel like.
Yeah, we've already had the conversation, so it's not really like.
We've already had. Well, I feel like we've had this conversation like 2 times, or maybe 3. But we just keep adding more stuff to it, which is probably what's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's inevitable.
I would know how you and my conversations are gonna go. Like they always kind of go the same way.
Yeah, for sure.
I always do like a really bad job at explaining what I'm trying to say, and then I always just talk way too much.
I think everybody does that to some extent.
And then you always try to be nice and cheer me up, polite and respectful. Hold on, I have to get more water. Yo, what's happening with my voice? You hear that?
All right, you get the water, and I will try to entertain.
Yo, do you hear my voice?
Doesn't sound any different to me.
It doesn't sound any different to you?
No.
It does to me.
Dude.
Dude.
You alright?
Alright, hold on. I'm just gonna... It's so weird.
Let me, for now, do this. So that you're not just looking at his, thing. Hopefully he's alright. I don't know. Did you guys hear any, difference in his voice? I know no one's, watching the live right now, so you guys are obviously watching the replay, so... If you guys are watching the replay, comment if you heard a difference in Carter's voice. One of the things I do like about this game is it really does kind of capture the feeling of playing as Thor, to some extent at least. I mean, because Thor really is just an overpowered character, so they can never truly capture what it would be like to play as him, because that's just too powerful. But, you know, they definitely try. This is pretty cool, using the Bifrost. And I like that his power set is based more off of the comics and the movies, because he's, I don't know, he's significantly nerfed in the movies than in the comics, but I mean, in the comics he's, like I said, very overpowered. I do like that they have the God Blast in this. That's pretty cool. Is the Carter back? Oh, I guess he's not. What the heck was that? Did that just glitch? Sounds like it's coming back. Guess he's not. Wow. Maybe he was walking past his door or something. Now you guys see why I usually have co-hosts, because I usually just end up playing the game and focusing too much on that, and not really on the commentary. But yeah, so Thor is probably my second favorite Marvel character as of right now. I wasn't super into him as a kid, but I guess I kind of was in retrospect, because a lot of people I know like don't look back on the Thor movies very fondly, when I always was like super into him as a kid. So I don't know. I guess I technically was, and I only just recently realized it, because it wasn't until seeing Thor Ragnarok and being disappointed by the like third movie in that franchise was I like, ooh, I guess I was really a big Thor fan, because I found myself like really mad at the changes they'd made to the character, and like super defensive of like the previous lore. Oh, thank God Carter's back.
I'm back.
Oh, thank God you're back, dude. I'm horrible at that commentary and playing games.
Dude, I had to go to the potty.
Oh.
Wayne Tomlin. What's up, bro?
Oh, snap.
We need Fat Thor from Endgame as an alternate costume.
Absolutely not.
I figured Hank would say that. Hank.
Hank. That's Wayne, bro.
I don't know why I said Hank. I meant to say Brandon. Yeah, no, I figured you'd say that.
Yeah.
Dude, I know you and Hank, so I don't know why we've been calling so much recently, but like I got to know you guys like super well now.
Yeah.
I don't know, I feel like I could guess what you guys would like answer to a comment. Like to any comment, or like have a basic idea.
Yeah. Do you want to continue on your Thor Ragnarok spiel?
Yeah, but what the fuck was I talking about?
You were talking about how you liked that it was like kind of it was different and it was just like crazy and like doing something new.
Yeah, yeah, crazy, different, doing something new. Um, I think I was about to say, I think I was about to enter something with Jeff Goldblum. Um, so, but I really really like Ragnarok. Like it's it's definitely on my top three list, on my top three MCU movies. But with that said, I think that it could have gone without, like I said, it could have gone without the Asgard plot.
Yeah, like honestly, it's such an afterthought in that movie that they might as well have just cut it out, and they shouldn't have even done it. They should have just had it that the whole reason that Thor couldn't partake in the whole like Civil War thing is because he was fighting Hulk on the junk planet Sakaar.
Like just have the movie just be them just escaping, and like now I know like Brandon and well, I don't know if Hank, but I know Brandon isn't really like the biggest Jeff Goldblum fan. I'm not really like that big of a Jeff, but I don't really think he's that funny either. Like,
I mean, I don't hate Jeff Goldblum, and he definitely has had some things that I've liked, like some movies that I've liked, but like, and there's definitely actors worse than him, and like I don't hate him as a person or anything like that, but I don't think he's funny, and in Ragnarok he's trying too hard, and I don't know, like, I'm not saying that like he couldn't have been a villain, like I'm not saying that he couldn't have played like a villain, but he shouldn't have been the Grand Master. Like, and even though I don't like the portrayal of the Grand Master in that movie, like, even though I just think it's a total portrayal of the character, like, I still think that it was a better villain than Hela, who was basically just, I want to destroy the world because I'm evil, I want to rule everything.
And that's what I was about to say, is, like, even if, like, because, like, me and him don't really, like, love Jeff Goldblum, because to me it just seems like he's, like, compared to, like, Adam Sandler right now with, like, just his movies that he's doing, or he's trying to be funny and putting on voices, just saying stuff, and it's not really that funny.
Yeah.
Like, but even with that, he would be way better of a main villain than Hela.
Yeah.
Even with like how he just is right there, like he would still be a better choice than Hela.
Yeah, because like he's not really like, he doesn't really want to like rule anything, or I mean I guess he kind of does in some sense, but like he doesn't want to like destroy the world. He's not just like this big evil like I sit in a scary throne. He's just about like hedonism and his own pleasure and getting a bunch of warriors to like fight and bid and drink on his like little pleasure planet.
Yeah. It's his little pleasure.
Like it's a like I said, I don't think it's an accurate portrayal of the character, and I think it definitely is. It wasn't the character to cast Jeff Goldblum as, but it's a much better villain concept than the Goddess of Death, Hela.
Yeah, it really is.
Who is honestly like, I mean, like Kate Blanchett is okay. Like she's a good actress. But like she's just ultimately forgettable in the line of MCU villains. Like I said, she's just kind of like, she's such an afterthought, like the rest of the Asgardian plot. And I really think they should have cut that one jackass out of the movie. Who's that one dude who was like trying to get laid with the Bifrost? Scourge. You know that dude? He's like like using the Bifrost to try and impress those chicks in the beginning. He's like, I got these guns from a place on Midgard called Texas. I call them Dez and Troy because together they destroy. And, like, they tried giving him some character, whereas, like, he's got some internal conflict, but, I don't know, like, they didn't really linger on it long enough to establish any kind of connection with it, and I feel like he was so inconsequential to the overall plot that, aside from that little, like, cameo gag where he's, like, using the Bifrost to try and get laid, like, they could have just cut him out of the movie entirely, and it wouldn't have affected the movie at all. Like, at the end they try to give him, like, he has, like, this redemption arc where he like, turns on his team, but he only kills, like, a couple people, and then he gets killed. And like I said, like, it's not lingered on long enough to establish anything.
Comedic relief, like, for the most part.
I mean, but every character in that movie is comedic relief.
Right, but there are some that are, like, definitely more in the spot. But I do agree, like, there's not enough conflict. Though, with Thor, that's what I was about to say, is, like, Thor, I'm honestly, me personally, like, I'm okay with that Thor. I think like, you know, maybe he's like a little like too. He might need like a
Like
little bit more.
I think there's jokes in Ragnarok that he makes that work, but I think they play it like they push it way too far.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
honestly,
yeah,
like I honestly prefer the tone that they struck with him in Infinity War. I thought it was a really good marriage between the old Thor that was real serious and Shakespearean and super powerful, and this kind of like Ragnarok, like self-doubty Thor. Like I thought it was a perfect marriage, and then they went
yeah.
ahead and botched it again in Endgame by making him like this like uh, I don't know, he's like a frat boy, like popping beer bottles off his hammer. Like they are completely just
I
like
think it was
one-hated
a
it.
little too much in Ragnarok. Like, um, it definitely was like a little too much, but at the same time, I understand what they were doing. Like, and I appreciated it because they were, no, everyone else didn't really like Thor. Like,
Yeah, but I think there's a better way of going about that than just completely like
oh
butchering
yeah,
the
there
character.
definitely is.
You know,
And
like I said,
it,
Infinity War is the perfect example. They brought back a lot of those like elements from old Thor that like most of the people who like that old Thor liked,
yeah,
and you know Ragnarok kind of like stripped them from him. And but you know that there's kind of a problem with that because in Infinity War, one of my biggest problems with that movie is that the entire arc that Thor basically goes through in Ragnarok is pretty much undone in Infinity War
right.
because you know he gets his eye back and he gets a new hammer and like you know he seems to take everything that happens to him like really well in this movie like too well. And I mean like I've watched the movie a couple times like with my lowered expectations and like it'll never be like you know the definitive Ragnarok to me. You know like if you
Yeah.
want that I'd say watch the Planet Hulk movie, and that's kind of like everything that
Dude,
this
that was a
movie
good.
just should have tried to been.
I need to watch. I need to give that another watch. That was like a long time ago. I watched that.
Yeah, that movie's pretty cool, dude.
That's a really good movie.
Yeah, it's really good, man. I miss those old Marvel cartoons.
That might be one of my favorite Marvel cartoon movies that I've seen.
Oh, absolutely, hands
I
down.
haven't seen all of them, but
Yeah, definitely, dude. That one's awesome.
um, but yeah, no, I think like I think that it just they needed a little bit more seriousness from Thor. I think just like a little bit more. Um, I mean, even Spider-Man, like I wouldn't want him to be that goofy throughout the whole. You know, I would want him to have more like emotional weight throughout the movie.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Like, there's just like not really much that he's actually, I don't know, like sad about.
I mean,
Seems
like,
like
look, I can definitely praise Ragnarok, like, on a couple fronts. I think the Hulk versus Thor fight that they promised in the trailers, like, delivered on its promise. I thought it was really good. I still think
yeah,
it's really good. I love the Jack Kirby set design and like, the crazy, like, colorful visuals that are reminiscent of the old books. I love, like, the helmet that Thor gets in the arena. I like the introduction to Eye Patch Thor. I love that like little scene with Odin where he's like, "You're not Thor, the God of Hammers." You know, even with both eyes, you only saw half the picture. Like I loved that. I thought that was so
yeah.
good. I thought that, they did something really good with that. But overall, I think the movie just it took it way too far in the direction of comedy, and especially just with the decharacterization of the characters we knew. Like they just like flanderized like Bruce Banner
Right.
to hell. Like to me, Bruce Banner kind of disappears after Age of Ultron, and what comes back might as well just be a Skrull at this point because he's like completely different than Bruce Banner. It basically like it's like in Age of Ultron, like that was the last time we saw Bruce Banner, and then
The
from Ragnarok on, all we see is
right.
Mark Ruffalo
My
because he acts way more like Mark Ruffalo, and he doesn't even act like Bruce Banner anymore. He's just like, "Hey guys, it's me, Mark Ruffalo." You know, like it doesn't even feel like this character is Bruce Banner anymore. It just feels like, "Hey, Mark Ruffalo's hanging out with the Avengers again."
Yeah, also Mark Ruffalo really is not a good Bruce Banner to
No,
me.
dude. Hashtag bring back Ed Norton, dude. Hashtag unboot that.
Bruce Bruce Banner is probably my least favorite thing about the MCU.
Yeah.
Because that is totally not Bruce. Like, okay, so Bruce Banner is like probably the darkest Marvel character.
Yeah, dude.
Bruce
I
Banner,
mean, he's basically a werewolf,
dude,
because like he it almost like lapses out of conscious and then this
Yeah.
other personality takes over, like using his body, like it pushes it to this like absolute limit, and then just wreaks havoc, like just crazy shit. And then
Yeah.
he like wakes up in the midst of all this destruction that he caused, like like without participating, like
Right.
unwillingly.
It's like, I think people have this like, I don't know. I don't know if people really know much about like who Bruce Banner is, because like the original the original Hulk movies really, like, to me personally, like, I don't think like the 2003 one was like, no, it was not that good in my
Oh, dude,
opinion.
dude,
But
not
then,
dude.
like,
You have to debate Bryce on that one, dude. He will definitely argue that case with you,
really.
dude. Bryce is the biggest Hulk fan that I know.
Well, I was about to say the 2008. Well, that was in 2008, right? Yeah, the
Yeah.
2008 one. I don't think that one is like awful, but at the same time, it's like, I don't think that we've gotten like a super accurate like Bruce Banner. You know what I mean? I feel like we've yet to get like a really solid Bruce Banner, because like, and I wouldn't know how to do him, because I'm not gonna claim to be like a big Hulk fan. Like, I know bits and pieces of Hulk, but I really I don't know that much. But yeah, I know enough to know that Mark Ruffalo is not fit really to play Bruce Banner. I don't think that was the right role to cast him as in Marvel.
Yeah,
He
absolutely.
could have played something else way better. Like, I actually kind of feel bad, because that's he played a character that was nothing like Bruce Banner, like nothing like Bruce, like the reason why people
Wait,
like.
hang on. There's a cutscene playing.
Judge, what can you tell us?
I don't know if you heard that, but basically, Thor like has a case of mistaken identity.
Oh, he is.
So we're gonna here. Actually, let's switch Thor over to the one of the other costumes.
Bro, is it 4?
It is 5.
Shit. I
Yeah,
have to go, dude.
yeah. We'll end it in like a minute.
Yeah, I'll have to go to sleep soon, because
Yeah, it's definitely late for us, but we figured we'd hop on stream to give you
Yeah,
guys
bro.
something, give you guys a little nice treat for you Marvel fans to wake up to some commentary, some rants, some nerdy stuff.
yeah, just stuff freaking raining away again.
What skin should we go with for this last mission here, my friend?
The first one. That first, or not the first one. The big, the like the Viking type one.
This one?
Hold on, it'll take me a while to see it. Yeah, that one.
Go with that one.
Yeah, because why not? Pretty crazy, but
Yeah. Who should we bring on the mission with us?
Danny DeVito. Dude, that would be so cool if like you could just have like Danny DeVito, like just. I'm fucking tired. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
What do you think of this Hulk skin when it pops up? I'm gonna have him be one of the companions, and we'll have Black Widow. Yeah, you'll see it pop up. It's like a gray gladiator Hulk. It's pretty cool, actually.
Oh wow, that's really cool, dude. Imagine doing like a Planet Hulk movie or something like that, and having that like that hidden. Well, I mean, how would he like turn gray though? You know what I mean? Like, how would that like happen?
Yeah.
Like,
Unless it's like a what if storyline.
yeah.
Like,
yeah.
what if the Gray Hulk was sent to space?
Yo, I missed the Wasp being in the Avengers, bro.
Yeah, facts, dude.
Yeah, like Wasp is like a really cool character, especially in the Ultimate comics. I really like Wasp in the Ultimate comics.
Yeah, dude.
She has like a cool little like scene with Peter Parker. Remember I was telling you about like how like in the Ultimate Spider-Man comics, I feel like that would be how we should do Tom Holland Spider-Man because I'm really tired right now. So that's
Spider-Man,
good.
Spider-Man does whatever a spider
Spider-Man's
can.
cool. Man, these Cheez-Its look really
No, dude,
good.
honestly, like, no, what Carter's honestly trying to say is we're working on a video. I guess we better spill it now. So we're working on a video for my alternate channel, Nitpicker's Advocate, that Carter and Hank are actually probably going to work on more so than I am. But obviously, as you saw from one of the previous streams, I'm very passionate about this subject. But I feel like if I touch it, I might taint it a little too much with my negative opinion. But they're basically doing like a what could the MCU Spider-Man movies have done? And basically what he's saying is he's basing it primarily off of the Ultimate Comics. We were trying to keep some of the videos for that channel, Nitpicker's Advocate, secret, but, you know, sometimes stuff like that happens. Watch on that one, Carter.
Yeah, whoops. But no, the
Hold up, dude. The mission objective for this is locate the Woken site.
I'm just fucking tired. I'm trying to fucking recover from that.
What do you think of Ultimate Thor, though? Honestly.
Yeah, Ultimate Thor is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Wait, what do you mean? Oh, yeah. I know you're like a big fan of Ultimate Thor.
Yeah.
It always says Ultimate Thor or whatever.
Yeah.
But I like I just think that Ultimate Spider-Man is like the proper way to like do that, like the MCU Spider-Man. Like it should have done what Ultimate Spider-Man did. If they're wanting, like, if you're wanting to do Teenage Spider-Man, that's how you. I feel like that's how you do it because he's like he doesn't. I know I keep saying like he hates every other superhero, and he does. He's like getting fed up with it at the end. But like when he starts in the comics, he's like excited. He's like excited too. Like I'm sure you've seen like the difference between like him and Miles Morales when they get the powers. Like he's like, oh, cool, and then Miles Morales is like, oh no, like he's genuinely like still excited about it. He obviously like he's dressing up as like a superhero. Like he didn't have to like go that route with it. You know, you're obviously trying to have like a little bit of fun, but at the same time, like Peter just in that comic storyline, he just gets wrapped up in all this superhero BS and like. It really is. It's just another side to the superhero story, and I feel like that's what Tom Holland's Spider-Man could have been more of. But it doesn't really try to do that. It doesn't try to give another perspective. It doesn't try to make you like question what they're doing.
No, it just wants to like make a bunch of MCU references and.
Right. I think that like making the audience, you know, question both sides is like. Something that's super important, you know what I mean? Like not even like providing like a clear answer, like just showing like the flaws in it. And I don't think like Civil War showed enough flaws of both sides, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Like they definitely should have gotten way more like, ideological with that debate.
Yeah. Because I think both sides were like, I don't think like there was a side that they were picking over.
No, like it really didn't seem like there was much of a like civil war going on.
Yeah, I just don't think there was. Yeah, there wasn't like enough just questions raised to begin with. I don't think that it was necessarily that they were picking one side over the other. Just like, and I do like Civil War, by the way, just as a movie, not as Civil War. I should also like mention that. I don't really like Civil War as a Civil War movie, like, but I feel like it could have been done better. But yeah, no, it doesn't. I don't like question the morals of them as that much when they're doing when in Civil War or in Homecoming, you know.
Yeah.
But I do, and I kind of do in Civil War. I feel like they could have done it like a lot more, but. You know, the scene with Tony Stark and Peter is like a really good scene. Like, I'll say that. Like, I really liked Tom Holland Civil War. Like that's the best.
Oh yeah, dude, definitely. That's his
Yeah.
best. That's his best movie in the MCU,
Yeah.
like hands down.
Yeah. But then it just gets confusing because, like, you know, I don't know, man. It's just like eventually in the Ultimate Spider-Man comics, you know, the excitement that once was there is just not like it's not
It
really
wears
there,
off
you
after a
know?
while.
And he's just kind of fed up with the BS, you know, which I would too. I mean, like, look, you know, initially you're gonna be excited, but then you realize how rough it is, and like, I don't know if you've read all of the Ultimate Spider-Man comics, Brandon, but in one of them, Nick Fury like goes up to Peter Parker and he's like, "Dude, like, he basically tells him that he owns him. He's like, I own you. You know, when you're 18, like you belong to me. Like you're my and like that pisses Peter off. And I was like, yeah, dude, I would be fed up. I'd be like, well, shit, I should have never done this. This is like a bad idea.
Yeah.
But no, the Tom Holland just like, I want to be I want to be Iron Man. Oh, am I Iron Man? And then everyone else is like, you're not Iron Man. You need to learn to be yourself. Kid, be more like Iron Man.
Yeah,
Kid,
basically.
You need to be more like yourself.
Carter, not to like cut you off, but we are kind of both tired, and I don't want us to like, kind of like just half-ass like trug through the rest of the stream. So I think we're probably gonna sign off because it's 5 o'clock for us. Real quick, I'm just gonna read Wayne Tomlin's chat. He said, "Time for the rematch: Noobmaster 69 versus Thor on Fortnite." I'm sure they're gonna somehow have a Noobmaster 69 Disney Plus TV show or something. Hulk be hitting them dabs though. That is true. That is true. This might be an unpopular opinion, but Insomniac's Miles Morales honestly is really cringy and annoying to me. Into the Spider-Verse does Miles way more justice as a character. Well, that's going to be the topic of our next stream.
That's actually a good topic.
Yeah, and you know what? I'll actually play Miles Morales PS4. You know, I'll play like some of the like the hideouts or something, and we'll discuss Miles Morales, and we'll discuss the Insomniac timeline and Into the Spider-Verse and the Sonyverse and the MCU, and we'll make it a big like Spider-Man MCU kind of multiverse stream. We'll try to get Hank on there. Carter, we'll try to get you on there. Wayne, we'll try and get you on there as a guest because, you know, we're trying to have some guests. Dude, we should get Wayne on as the first guest, man.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, Wayne, dude, let's do it, man. You trying to come on tomorrow as the first guest? Yeah, first guest, man, tomorrow night. Wait for him to respond. I'll play a little more of the game. Yeah, dude. Wait till Wayne responds.
Yeah, that's fine. I didn't know if you were asking me.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. Drunk power.
All right.
Hey, give me a time and I'll be on.
Well, the way that we've been doing it is because we're not very good at sticking to times, so we tend to just kind of like shoot for an average. Like, okay, between this time and this time, we're probably gonna stream. So tomorrow night, probably later. I don't know. Carter, do you have a like estimate time in mind?
I'll be home by like 9.
9 at night?
Yeah.
Alright, so probably around then. We'll do a stream.
9:30.
Yeah, Wayne, does somewhere around there work for you? Even if like Hank and I get on at like 8:30 or something, and then we wait for Carter and then we eventually bring Carter on. We could do that.
I might just like if we're like doing them a lot, I'm just gonna honestly start like sending you my work schedule so that you just like know, like it's not even like
yeah.
Cause
well, we can iron that out behind the scenes.
Yeah. Oh right, we're still live streaming. I'm so bad at this. I always forget that we're still live streaming.
All right, just waiting for Wayne's response, and then I'm gonna shut us down. Getting some extra like Thor gameplay here. Not that I'm complaining.
Well, I can't wait till we get to play Ultimate Alliance.
Yeah, dude, that Ultimate Alliance stream. Guys, you heard it here. We at some point are going to do an Ultimate Alliance stream, and it's gonna be, we're gonna play through the full game, the PS4 remastered edition. So it's just gonna be awesome. Ultimate Alliance Best Marvel Game. Sounds good to me. Message me on Snapchat. We'll talk more about it. All right, sounds good. You heard it here, guys. Tomorrow, around 8 o'clock, 8:30-ish, we're going to stream. Hopefully, we're going to get Hank on. Carter is definitely going to be on around 9:30, and Wayne is going to be on. Wayne was in Mental Motion Pictures / Zombie Production 79's Amazing Spider-Man fan film, as well as his Ultimate Spider-Man fan film. He was the Amazing Spider-Man, the 616 Spider-Man, and I was Eddie Brock, a.k.a. Venom. Yeah, so that's a pretty good little franchise that they have going on there. Definitely check that out if you haven't already. And, yeah. Stream tomorrow, Spider-Man themed, Miles Morales. It's going to be awesome. Yeah. And we're going to go ahead and sign off here now. So thank you guys so much for watching. I know we don't get a whole lot of live viewers, but I know some of you guys watch this when it's re-uploaded and it's all said and done. So if you're doing that, I appreciate this. And Carter, you want to say anything else?
Yeah, thanks for listening to my shit.